Nobody really realizes what the Houston Texans are doing on offense. So, the Texans, they've just traded for wide receiver Stephon Diggs of the Buffalo Bills. And Stephon Diggs is one of the best wide receivers in the NFL. Even though he had a down year last season with the Buffalo Bills, he's still one of the top 10 best receivers in the NFL and has been for 5+ years. And now they add him to a group of wide receivers who are already stacked. For example, they have Nico Collins, who was the number one wide receiver on the team and put up 1,000+ yards. They also have Tank Dell, who was a rookie last season, who was an up and coming rookie superstar before he got injured late towards the end of last season. And now adding Stephon Diggs to that group, they have basically three number one wide receivers, but just looking at stats, at least two number one wide receivers and then one number two in Tank Dell. So they have a wide receiver group who is absolutely stacked. Not to mention, they have Noah Brown too, who before he got injured last season, he was an up and coming player who looked like he was putting up great stats, over 100+ yards. It looked like every single game. Every single time he looked, he was doing it on like 3 catches. So their wide receiver group is absolutely stacked. And many people talk about a rebuild, and they talk about a rebuild taking 10+ seasons, 5+ years, but no, a rebuild really takes however long it takes you to get a good quarterback. And that's what the Texans have done. Their rebuild did not last long. As soon as they got CJ Stroud, they turned it all over, and the rebuild is over. Start building around CJ Stroud, and that's exactly what the Houston Texans are doing. Not even just the wide receiver group, just the offense in general. They have Joe Mixon as well, who they just brought over from the Bengals. They basically just took the Bengals' number one running back, they let him go obviously. He got released, but they just took the number one running back for the Bengals for what, 5+ years, who was productive, getting over 1,000 yard seasons, seemed like every single year, was the main focal point of their offense for a while before Joe Burrow got there, and even after Joe Burrow got there, the focal point of their offense, and just added them to their team, add them to the running back spot, and upgrade that position a lot. Not even just that, they still have Dameon Pierce in the back as well as a backup running back. Even though he was supposed to be the starter when he got drafted and it looked like he was becoming the starter, his injury really set him back. But now they have him as a backup. So now they have a 1-2 punch at the running back position as well. And they have Joe Mixon to be the thumper, Dameon Pierce to be a thumper, but also kind of a pass catcher as well. So their offense is absolutely stacked around CJ Stroud. And there's no reason why this offense can't carry their team. And it's not like their defense is bad either. The defense for the Texans was really good last season, stopping plays, stopping offenses whenever they needed to. And that's why they made the playoffs. And there's no reason why the Texans can't continue to win their division for the next decade plus. They're in a division with the Titans, the Colts, the Jaguars. That's not even a superstar division. You look at the other teams, they're kind of mid-level teams and fringe playoff teams. Yes, the Jaguars are up and coming with Trevor Lawrence, but they're still not there yet. So there's no reason why this offense, this defense, this team in general cannot win the division for the next few years and continue making the playoffs. And now having CJ Stroud, as long as he doesn't get injured and he stays healthy, this team could be playmakers, could be contenders for years to come. And adding Stephon Diggs to the mix, even though it's a high salary cap intake, they're still getting a number one wide receiver. You can't double team everyone. You can't double team Stephon Diggs and leave Nico Collins one-on-one. So now, even though Stephon Diggs, he was getting double teamed in Buffalo, they may not even be able to do that versus the Texans anymore, and that may allow him more opportunities as well. Sometimes it seems as though when a player starts doing bad, you just blame on him and you're saying that he's washed. No, sometimes it's the offensive system that you're in, and it's the offensive system that was going on in Buffalo. For some reason, it just seemed like the whole Buffalo offense last season was just terrible. They didn't know what they're doing, and it just seemed like even though Josh Allen was still having an MVP caliber year, he just was not targeting Stephon Diggs like he used to. And hopefully now, with CJ Stroud as a quarterback, he's gonna have multiple options. So he can throw it to anyone he wants, he can hand the ball off to whoever he wants, and this offense is gonna be stacked. So the NFL is in trouble with this move that the Texans just made, trading for wide receiver Stephon Diggs of the Buffalo Bills. But let me know your thoughts down in the comments below on this topic. Do you believe the Texans just made a huge play? Do you like the move that they made? Do you not like the move that they made? Let me know your thoughts about this topic in general of Buffalo losing Diggs, but also Diggs joining the Texans and CJ Stroud. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications so you never miss out on anything NFL news and updates alongside NBA as well. I'll see you guys all later. Till the next video, I'm out. Peace.